On July 7th, 2025, a Sabasaba Day, a national day of protest against police brutality, corruption, and injustice. But in the middle of it all, our life was silently stolen. Mazinaongelea Julie Njoki, a 24-year-old, arrested and taken to custody. 5 days later, she is dead. Who killed Julie Njoki?
Guys, do you remember what happened to Albert Ojwang? It has happened again, and we cannot allow this to happen. Just when we thought on Friday we are having good news that we're coming and streaming ad infinitum, but now we are having another news. Something that happened to Albert Ojwang has happened again. Hold that thought.
In social media, everyone is demanding justice and transparency about police. Police ndio wanafaa to protect, then bado ndio wanaua watu. See the story of Albert Ojwang. What happened really? These has now come again to happen to Julie Njoki just because of saying one term. Is government really responsible of this, or who is responsible of this?
Now listen to Archbishop Ole Sachiet. Listen to Archbishop Ole Sachiet. He's telling us that we should put an end to protest because it's causing a lot of violence. I agree with him. But Ole Sachiet, have you heard what has happened? What has happened is Njoki, a very nice lady, has died in police custody. Where is it? In Nanyuki. So, how are we ending it? How are things supposed to end? Are they supposed to end like this? Yeah? Archbishop Ole Sachiet? Is that what you're telling us? Archbishop Ole Sachiet? I'm asking you. Huh? So the youth should die left, right, and center so that you guys feel good? Yeah? No, we will not accept it. This is something we will not.
Just before we dive into the whole story, who is Julie Njoki? Julie wasn't just a protester. She was a poetry, a student, a daughter, a voice for the voiceless. Friends say she dreamed of a better Kenya, one where justice wasn't privilege, but that dream died in the cold prison world.
One time na manasema tutaletewa Subaru. Hapana. So unaona msichana mwenye unaona hapo juu. Msichana mwenye unaona hapo juu ashachukuliwa. Alishikwa ile siku ya Sabasaba ya maandamano, akapelekwa Nanyuki police station. From there Nanyuki police station amechapwa, amepigwa, amemwassault, amefanya kila kitu, so yeye ashakufa. Na amekufia station Nanyuki. Huyu anaitwa Julian Njoki. Amekufia Nanyuki police station. Unaona? Yaani amecollapse na akaanguka na akakufa. Kwa nini? Amepigwa. Na tukisema mnatusema. So if we continue to behave like this, Kasongo atatumaliza, and I'm not afraid anymore. Kasongo will finish us. Sasa kama government yake ndiye inaua watu, ono msichana with a promising future ameshalala. After kumaliza Ojwang Boniface, sasa ndio ameshamaliza Julian Njoki. Next watakujia
Julian Njoki, a 24-year-old woman who died while in the custody.
On 7th July, Julie joined Vero youths in Nanyuki to mark Sabasaba Day. Police reportedly arrested her near her home and took her to Nanyuki police station. Next day, she was charged in the court with malicious damage and able to raise 50,000 K bond. Meant to be kept in Nanyuki women's prison. What happened inside those walls remains unclear but deadly. On July 8th, Julie began complaining of dizziness, severe headaches, and she was later rushed to Nanyuki Cottage Hospital. A CT scan showed a blood clot in her brain. She slipped into a corner, and by July 11th, Julie was gone. Her grandmother claims Julie had told her she had been beaten in the head with a rungu. Hospital confirmed blunt force trauma. Hiyo ezin alipigiwa pale, alikuwa amefungiwa nini kwa cell hadi akaanza kubleed na kichwa ndani. Clear that Julie Njoki, before passed away, she complained that she was beaten in the custody, but the National Police Service denies the wrongdoing. They claim Julie was beaten in her cells and she died in prison, not in police custody. But her family and witnesses say otherwise. No officer has been arrested yet. No statement or warrant has been also meant. kama unakumbuka, the same story happened to Albert Ojwang. Confusion hapa na pale, story yake ikaisha hivyo hivyo. This government is really doing some bullshit, walai. As news of her death spread, so did the range. Nanyuki residents threatens mass protests. Human rights group like KHRS demanded answers. The story of Njoki echoed the pain of many others, such as Albert Ojwang, Thomas Gashara, victims of police custody, victims of silence, walikufa under the mikono ya polisi. Julie's family is demanding a fully independent post-mortem. They want accountability, they want justice, but will it come? Or will a case like so many others be buried with the truth? Ama itakuwa kama story Albert Ojwang alijigongesha ati kwa ukutani akadedi.
We are finding some things in the lungs, in the brain, in the pancreas, in the liver, all of which can actually be contributory. And specifically, there is bleeding in the brain, which doesn't look traumatic. And we want to look at the brain in a more, manner, so that we can really see where the bleeding was coming from. We are not seeing direct injury to the head. Therefore, we are suspecting that the bleeding could be anything else apart from trauma to the head. And then we see the other organs, because there are quite some links with the other organs. The liver, the pancreas, the lungs, all those have some issues. So we are going to look at them in more details histologically. And then we also do toxicology to complete the whole thing. No physical injury on that. And that's why we also need to look at the records. You remember, the surgeons had worked on the head. They had opened the head, what we call craniotomy. Therefore, we want to also see what the doctors found, which we don't have right now. We hope we will have the documents by the time we meet in 2 weeks' time. We have seen things, but we are not able to really tie them up. So we have not come up with a conclusive cause of death. We are saying it's pending those other tests. And we are saying within 2 weeks, we may be able to come back here and conclude that autopsy, so that we can maybe tell you really what happened to Julia. And that will mean asking everybody to be patient. And we promise we'll be here again in 2 weeks' time, 28th of July, and then we see what we can.
We are here pursuant to our constitutional mandate on human rights. As you know, life was lost, and as you know, life is one of the fundamental human rights. We were inside there having the stakeholders. You concur with the findings of the doctors so far. We await the conclusive findings in 2 weeks' time.
And I want to tell my family and everybody, let's wait for the results of the doctors, because these people, they took long to go to school, and I don't think they have anything to hide or to get bribed. So I believe what they will tell us is going to be right, and the family will say yes, because that's what we are waiting for. So they gave us 2 weeks, so let us wait for that. We have been fighting so hard until right now I feel